What is going on, family Renegades? We are back again with a brand new collab with Mr. Webby. And honestly, guys, the only reason I'm doing this quick is I'm trying to make it up to the Renegade fans of the world out there. I've been so late on so many different things lately, especially in the past couple of months. So when my good friend Yulita, our good friend of the channel, shout out to her, when she reminded me that this song was coming out like in an hour, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to jump on it as quick as I possibly can today and try to put it out as quick as I possibly can today, just for the Renegades. Just for the Renegades, as a little bit of a sorry for how late I have been on so many other things. So I just want to appreciate you guys for your love and patience, and for anybody who had checked out my my Raw Thoughts video and decided to come back for this one with Mr. Webby. I appreciate y'all for being here. So let's go ahead and get into the brand new song from Red and Chris Webby, Down the Road. Let's do it.
I took my possession down the road. All that I own.
Oh, baby, they're taking us to church today. Oh, good God. From what I know of Mr. Webby, I'm pretty sure he's a little bit more of like a lyricist, if you will. I don't know how much he'd be getting into his singing bag, but he could get us with a little da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? He can hit us with he can definitely break us off with something with his beat. I wonder if that's what Red's point of this is. You know what I mean? Is to add that soulful singing, big dog. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. Down the road, tagging us to church today.
I took my possession down the road. All that I own down the road. Set out at night time down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God as my witness down the road.
Oh my God. He's like, God. Oh, how did he even do that? Oh my goodness. This ain't no church you've ever been to before, you know what I'm saying?
And with God is my witness down the road. There stood a man down the road. Dressed in the shadows down the road. With blood on his face down the road. There was something so familiar about him. A certain kind of aura pouring all around him. Looking fresh to death, his suit, it was astounding. I caught his eye and then I felt like I was drowning. Down the road.
Running into the devil, big dog. The devil went down to Brighton, you know what I'm saying?
Drowning. Down the road. Standing at a crossroad and the dull glow of the lit bowl flickers silently, quietly tiptoed on the long road, and the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear fellow. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. Burning, I felt my stomach turning, I turned and I tried to find the word inconcerned, and the feeling disconcerting. It's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over, and then to start conversing, I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires.
Oh my God, it's like a whole like devil went down to Georgia, like selling your soul to the devil, big dog. Oh my goodness, you hear that little in the background? Come on now.
I felt my stomach turning, I turned.
Come on now, come on. Oh my God, you can't even. If you pay attention to one thing, you're gonna miss the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, if I was paying attention to the, I'm missing all the lyrical content. If I'm paying attention to the lyrics, I'm missing the, going crazy back there.
Tiptoed on the long road, and the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear fellow. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. And I felt my stomach.
Why, I felt the fire in me. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I like how Webby was coming in with like he's the evil one, if you will.
Turning, I tried to find the word inconcerned, and the feeling disconcerting. It's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something.
Oh my God, that little yearning and whirring, and it's concerning. That little rhyme scheme section. Come on, man. He getting into his lyrical bag too.
I find the word inconcerned, and the feeling disconcerting. It's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over, and then to start conversing, I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire to get up?
It's a definitely like the devil, like selling your soul to the devil situation, bruh. They got him like on the shoulders, talking back and forth to him. You know what I mean? Like, and he came in with like the number one reasons. The number one reasons. What is it that you desire? All I gotta know is what you desire. Come on now.
Disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire? To get about this life that you've been living. Follow me, I'll walk you through the fire. I got every type of flavor in. You should see the budget of the catering. I don't wanna come off as a salesman, but I got the taste that you've been savoring. Let your
see, I think that this is great, man, because especially when you get into like all of like the money conversation stuff, it's a dope collaboration that way, where it's like just another episode of like, how much are you willing to sell your soul for the money? You know what I'm saying? I think about this so much, man. So much. Where even just my channel, I feel like I equate all these money conversations to the way that I even go about my channel, where I watch so many other reactors just hit every other fan base that I know will get them views. You know what I'm saying? There's been so many people that have told me, yo, just go react to X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And then more people will come in, and you'll get, and I understand the perspective, right? I understand the premise of, oh, well, if you hit bigger audiences, then you'll get more people that are true to what you're trying to do with the channel, where you're trying to support more emerging, up-and-coming artists, especially more on the independent side, right? I can understand the whole conversation, but it still don't sit right with me for me to go and pretend like I like things that I don't like. Or, like, you know where I just know it's going to get views. But at the same time, I've had so many times with these conversations, it's like through videos and on live streams, where it's just like, it can get disheartening when you're just watching everybody else hit the next accolade, and you're just like, still staying true on that road. But at the same time, like, you know, I had a good little cry recently. Talking about this very subject, where it's like, sometimes I have to be reminded that it's not about the money, even though it gets tempting when you look around the room and they got the kind of catering that you desire, and you're looking and you're like, man, I could do that too. And you're just like, but I wouldn't be true to what I'm doing. I wouldn't be true to what, like, the point of like what I ever wanted to create this channel was for. And I wouldn't be true to myself that way. And I feel like Ren has always been like a good, like, I love when he gets into any kind of conversations about the money side, because it always reminds me of that, right? Where it's like, there's so many times where you come into a fork in the road, and you know if you go this way, you know it's going to be probably a little bit more lucrative for you. But at the same time, like, are you willing to sell your soul for that? You know what I mean? Like, me and the moderators had our conversation about this recently, and one of them made this comment where it just cracked me up so much, where he's like, I'm so sick of what people watching bands from the 70s and acting like, oh my God, who is this? Pink Floyd. And I told them, I said, bro, I don't think I know a single Pink Floyd song. I don't think I could tell you. If it came on, I wouldn't be able to, oh yeah, it's Pink Floyd. I don't think I know Dark Side of the Moon. I know what the album looks like. I know what the t-shirts look like. But I couldn't tell you a single song from that album. And I don't think I've ever really listened to any of them. So I actually could do Pink Floyd reactions, but I won't do it. Like I said, unless a patron requested it or something, I don't ever react to stuff like that. So even though I'm justified in doing it, to me it feels like I'm selling myself out. It feels like I'm just, the devil's on my shoulder being like, go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead and just chase the money. Go ahead and just chase the views. Go ahead and just chase that sub count. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. It's really easy to just give into it, because it's tough. It is tough when you're watching, when it seems like everybody else around you is succeeding and you suck. You know what I mean? You got to stay true to yourself, friend. You got to stay true to yourself. And that, not selling your soul, I think, if anything, we'll go through the rest of the song. The main point that I would ever want anybody to take away from this entire conversation is the things that you stand on are important. And don't ever sell your soul for principles or anything, no matter what that may be, because we are nothing if we don't have something that we stand for as people. We're just another person floating through space and time if we don't have anything that we stand for as a person. One of my favorite lyrics of all time is, you haven't made enemies if you've never stood for anything. Love that lyric. I feel like I need to get it tattooed on my body because I have lived my life that way ever like for the longest time. Because you know, when you go through life experiences, you see things, things are revealed to you when you have perspective changes. And I feel like I've been dying on the hill of some principles for a goddamn fucking hot minute, and I'll be fucked for if I will ever give up on those principles. For like all of a sudden, just because I'm feeling one way one day, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes people need to hear that. Sometimes people need to be reminded. It's not about me being reminded of that today. It's more about trying to remind everybody else out there who may be watching this video is, even though I know it's tough, whatever that thing is that you care about, whatever that thing is where you die on that hill, continue to die on it. You know what I'm saying? You've never made enemies if you've never stood for anything.
But I got the taste that you've been savoring. Let your pain go, let the flames grow. I'll read every thought that's on your mind. Cause I know you got a name, so why don't you just write it on this line? Here I got a pen and everything. Who needs a wedding ring? I offer the divine. I don't think you fully understand, but I promise that you will in time. So just make...
I really like that line too when he said about who needs a wedding ring when I've got everything else. Where the idea of the wedding ring is more of the idea of that very specific, like, sacred thing, where that when you could have everything in the world, why would you care about just this one thing when you could have everything else? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a good, like, tie together with that concept where it's like, I could give you everything, but I can't give you things that are probably the most truest, the most purest, the things that really do mean the most to people. If you can find that person to, like, do that with and be, that's more precious than having 100 people that love and adore you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the one person is what's worth it. So it's like, you know, I like that tie together with the, like, who needs a wedding ring when I got everything else that is perfectly divine, like, right here for you.
You fully understand, but I promise that you will in time, so just make a choice. So I stood frozen.
Sign on that dotted line,
big dog. Took hold of his paper, and I leant down to sign.
Down the road.
I still remember back where I was from. See, I was the favorite, the morning sun.
Man, he's definitely tying straight up concepts to the idea of Lucifer. The morning sun, that is like I think the morning star, I think, is the more exact name I think that they took, but that the same concept where I was the favorite one, I was God's favorite, and I was casted out. Where he looks different from the rest of the angels in this imagery. Like I said, like, all of it's tying together. So I totally get what they're going for. I like the concept. Again, it's like that idea of the devil on your shoulder, and how far are you willing to go if opportunity is to come to you, would you take it? Even if it was, like, you know, the devil coming to you this way. You know what I mean?
Morning sun. See, I had ideas, but they said they're too grand. So they casted me out without reason to doubt. Now there's blood on my hands. See, I've been that one with the silver tongue. Yeah, they say I'm falling, but never run, following the calling. I've been all in with the barrel of a loaded gun, aimed at the masses, at their masses. Yeah, the darkness gon' get you. You can say a prayer if it helps you. That cross won't protect you from the light, bringing lost angel. Shit, I only came to enter.
Oh my good God, that certain side of the Christian spectrum would totally be like, this is blasphemy. This is blasphemy. How dare you speak like this? How dare you speak like this?
I only came to entertain you, but since we made ourselves a deal, you gon' be my fucking puppet till it breaks you. I'ma chain you to the ground, I'll enslave you, look around, ain't nobody coming here to save you. I'ma take you way down, cause yeah, I know I've been around, but still I got some shit to prove. And I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues, and just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
Oh boy! Play them blues, baby dog. Play them blues. Down the road. That was fire, man. I really like them like kind of letting it like just kind of like fade out with the you know what I mean? Where it's not necessarily letting the beat build because they're still kind of humming along and stuff like that, but just kind of letting you marinate on the music side of it, like towards the end. I really dig the hell out of that. The other thing that I was sitting there thinking about this, friends, is we've talked about this so many different times on the channel through different reactions or reviews, and just of all kinds of different artists that get into this. Is like how many times artists compare or write about very much the same subject matter. And so for even with these guys as independent artists, I feel like the life of the musician gets compared a lot to the idea of selling your soul. Where if you look at the imagery and tie that all together, when he's like, well, now you're just doomed for the rest of time to play these blues. And it kind of feels like a lot of times like that's what the artists are kind of talking about, where it's so repetitive. We're doing things over and over again, where it's like it almost loses a little bit of the magic of the artistry because you're just getting out there and performing the same song again. You're just doing it all over again. But that's one thing I would definitely say when it comes to like the creative and artistic side of at least what I can know of Ren, very new to the Chris Webby world, is that he definitely pushes those boundaries of what I think that really just off the rip of traditional artistry that way, where everything that we typically say like that applies to the most doesn't typically apply to him, and it's not even just stand-up. It's just kind of factual. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Really like the visual side of the house on here. I thought that the team that whoever put together the visual side of it thought it was really, really sick for a visualizer. I say this all the time when it comes to just, you don't have to do a music video for everything. Sometimes you could just do a lyric video, and that's all that really matters. So like this is basically essentially like a lyric video with some tie together imagery, right? So again, you're just doomed forever for like the crowd that was down there in the flames, right? The crowd that was down there all reaching up, that's us out here in the world, where again with the tie together is the idea of like that's the hell essentially, right? Where again, like the same kind of idea of the idea that this is like purgatory, where it's like this is a never ending hell, if you will. We're also here where we're all just, we need more. We're all just feeding for it. We're all just dying for the same thing. So that's why I was saying, I feel like that him walking with the music case, where it's like, that is the hell that you've signed yourself up for. This is the deal that you made with the devil, is now this is your life. This is what you're going to do. And to get all those things, this is what you got to do, even no matter how much it feels like hell. I don't really know if I got much else to add to this one now. You know what I mean? I feel like I've talked a lot. I feel like I've definitely talked a lot in this video. Yeah, make sure you guys go give some love and support to Ren for sure, and make sure you give some love and support to Chris Webby. I really feel like this was a really, really great collaboration between the two of them. Again, not too familiar with Chris Webby at this time. We've done like the Raw Thought 7 And I think I had heard a song or two like on my own before that. So I think, and then I think he did another collab with Ren, I think, that we had checked out before. So like, yeah, that's very little of what I've done with Chris Webby so far. And yeah, again, I wanted to make sure I jumped on this video sooner rather than later, just for the Renegade fandom. So shout out to you guys again. Appreciate you all for being here and hanging out with me today. And I think that's all I got, friends. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody I love them. And if you haven't run the Foxtrot family, there's always room.